Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Thank you for tuning in. Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. I see I'm actually a minute late. I apologize for that. I was busy writing some notes up here. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope today is finding everyone well and safe. Hop on, leave me a comment, tell me where you're watching from. Let me know how you're faring through all this. We're not going to spend too much time on that because we want to escape from all that. Now, I'm just waiting to make sure I'm on before we continue. So, in the meantime, grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. All right. So let's go over a few things while I'm waiting for people to hop on. I just want to remind you that the online classes I have going on right now with Donna Gray, this month's ends on March 31st. So that is with the Parisian Beauty and the Birthday Jubilee. So you want to order that kit. There's 3 levels. If you want to get that one, that ends March 31st. Still waiting for some comments. The other item I wanted to go over is to remind you that there is a free kit out there with Timeless Tulips when you order that bundle and bump it up to $50 if you already have that bundle. Good morning, Mary Ellen. You can substitute any $50 order and we'll send you out a card kit with 4 free cards using my video and Donna's. I know we got a lot going on, but it's a good thing these days to stay because we're in. Also, to remind you, celebration, product coordination, and the new starter kit. That all ends March 31st. Please don't wait till the last minute. We've already started selling out. I know the birthday dies are gone. The honeybee specialty paper is gone. You want to get those orders in to get your product coordination, your celebration, and also the awesome starter kit. And speaking of starter kits, I'd like to give a shout out to Colleen and Josie, the 2 newest members of Stampers Delight team. So welcome. Also, I want to shout out to Barbara from California who contacted me yesterday. She's actually, well, we're all staying in these days. She watches me on YouTube at Stampers Delight, and she's had surgery, so she's been watching my videos, she says, sometimes 3 times. So thank you for that, Barbara. Good morning, Ann. Good morning, Maureen. And then a special thing I wanted to mention, in case you didn't see it on Facebook, and I'm going to stand up, I have a nice new t-shirt with my logo in black, Stampers Delight, and of course my magic mug. Now, when I put hot coffee or hot liquids in here, you can see my logo. And as it cools off, I'm going to take a sip while I'm at it. It turns black. So a lot of people were asking me, they love the color of the shirt. They wanted to know if they can order it. So I'm happy to say that I do have some logo merchandise for sale. One is a tote bag, which I don't have here, the magic mug, and the t-shirt. I'll put the link in the description later, but my kids out in California set it up for me. You go to their website, which is littleshopagore.com. Yes, I know they're into horror. And there's a section there that says Stampers Delight. You can go right on there and order any of the logo merchandise, and it'll go right to you. Okay, enough of that. I think we got everything. So today what I wanted to show you, I always wanted to do the one sheet wonder. But I'm not great with measurements. I was not a math person. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Lisa. So I came up with one that I think you might like. And it's quick and easy. And let's just take a look at how I did it. Okay, so let me flip the camera. So again, here's my host code for the month. That'll change April 1st. If you want to order, stampersdelight.com. and use this host code. If it's more than $150, don't use the host code. Make yourself the host so you get the rewards. So what I'm going to show you first, real quick, because I do have to get to work, is the cards that I did with the new Ornate Garden. Let me just show you this. Okay, so I used the Ornate Garden Designer Series paper. And then I used, which I think gets lost in the sauce here, is the Perfectly Framed stamp set, which is in the mini catalog. It's got all these great stamps, and it coordinates with the Ornate die frames, which were in the holiday catalog, which are a carryover. Okay, so you see all these great little frames. I use this one a lot, and this one, and this one. Oh, I use them all a lot. Okay, so here's the frames I used, and I used a lot of these sayings. You can use any sayings. This one I thought was great when I looked at it. Look at this. Together we can get through anything. Is that a great saying for today's world or what? Okay, so using that stamp set, one sheet of 12 by 12 designer series paper, 16 bases, and then whatever else you want to use, and I'll explain that more. This is what I came up with. 16 cards. There's the first one. I'll have still shots of these on the my blog later, okay? There's the first one. Here's another one. I'm going to go through these kind of quick because we got a lot of work to do here. Here's another one. Good morning, Faith. Good morning, Carolyn. Good morning, Kathy. Here's another one. And you can see that this is two-sided, so you can decide which side you want to use. This is our, I don't even know the name of it. I just opened it up. It's the first time I used it. Our punch, our border punch. Thank you. Yes, definitely share my video. So real quick, let me tell you, with the post office having strange hours and only certain people going in and out, I'm going to refrain from sending anything where I have to go into the post office, but I can send out cards anywhere in the anywhere in the world. Okay, so definitely share, comment on my post, and I'll be sending out some of these. Each week I'm going to send out some cards. So just email me your address, because otherwise I have people emailing me, people sending me a private message. So I'm just going to go with the email, rubberrosie@optimum.net, and I will also put that in the description. If you'd like a card, email me. It's much easier for me rather than to look around where the addresses are. Okay, so again, here's another one. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Julie. So I'm just showing you the 16 cards that I made. Of course, I colored that with our blends using the Ornate Garden Designer Series paper and the Perfectly Framed and Ornate Framed, I think it's called, yep, Ornate Framed dies. And then I just embellished it however you want. Okay. And I'm just going to go through the last few real quick. And again, I will have still shots on my blog later today so that you'll be able to see them. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to do 16 cards during this hour because I do have to... Hey, Donna! I do have to get to work. So here's 16 cards. So what are you going to need? Okay, first thing you're going to need is any kind of designer series paper. For this, I chose the Lily Pad Impressions. That goes with the lovely Lily stamp set, and dies, which I might not have the dies over here. You don't need to see the dies, but these are all free items you can get with your order. Okay, you're going to need 16 card bases of any color. I kind of like to obviously line them up with the coordinating colors. Then for the inside or the outside, you're going to need 32 because, and I'll explain that to you. If you're making 16 cards, you want to have a white or very vanilla insert for the inside of the card. And that's 4 by 5 1/4. So I got a bunch of these. And then also for the front of the card, you're going to need the same size. You can use white. If you notice, all of mine were white. I call these my dummy cards because this is how I play around with it to see what I'm going to show you. So mine were white. So you see I have 2 whites for each card. But then looking at the Lily Impressions, I decided that I wanted some color to the front. So I have both. Okay. So one quick thing I want to show you before I get started with the one sheet wonder is I've already cut my card bases, but I'm going to put this out so you can see me. Now, some of you might already know this trick, but I thought this was a great trick that I saw. Score once, cut once. Okay, so here's a 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and score this at 4 1/4. Whoop, wrong sheet. Okay, well, I'm just going to cut this one now. So we have, as Donna calls it, the hot dog style. That's not what I wanted to do. Let me move that up. I want to score it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and score this at 4 1/4. Oh, my nails match the paper. Yeah, they kind of do. Can't get to the nail salon, can't get to the hair salon, and by the time this is all said and done, you won't be able to see me. My bangs will be so long. So I sent my hairstylist this cute little thing on Facebook that said, please don't, how did it go? Please don't cut your bangs. And I told her I was going to. All right, so I scored it down the middle here at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to slide it in here at 5 1/2. Now I am going to cut it. And what does that mean? Well, that means that I just scored and cut 2 card bases. See, there's the score lines. So if you take one big sheet of paper, one regular size cardstock, and you can just score it and then cut 2. Some of you may already been doing that. Not me. All right, so one sheet wonder. I have a 12 by 12 here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open my paper trimmer up, and I'm going to, actually I don't need to. I'm going to cut this at 6. This is 12 by 12, so I'm going to cut it at 6, okay? There we go, 6. Yeah, my hair will be in a ponytail too, Marlene, by the weekend probably. Now I have 2 sheets. And I'm going to go in here again, and I'm going to cut this at 6. Now what I have is 4 pieces of designer series paper, 6 by 6. Okay. I'm going to go in, and I don't really care which way this is showing because you can use this designer series paper any way you want. You're going to go in. This is why I love this, because it's no 3 by 4, 3 by... I just, you know, I love the cards I've seen done with that, but I need quick and easy. I'm going to slide this in at 4 inches. And I'm going to cut that. Put that aside. I'm going to take this, and I'll put the sizes in later, but you can follow along. I'm going to slide this piece in again at 4 inches. Okay, so I got 4 of these, 4 of these. That's 8. Then for this square, I'm going to rotate it or turn it, and I am going to cut. Now, this designer series paper is pretty thin, but when you want to do this, you might want to just take that out. So you're going to put that angle at. Can you see that? Okay. When I angle things like that, I don't like to start here because sometimes you get into the paper right there and it actually bends it. So I start right here. Just go this way. And you've got 4 corners. I'm going to do the same thing with this. And you've got 4 corners. So you've actually got 8 of these. So guess what? 8 of these and 4 of each of these. So that's 16 cards. Now the long one right here, you do want to trim that to 5 1/4. Whoop. Let's see, 5 1/4, or do I want it 5 1/2? 5 1/2. Let's just see. What did I do here? See, I already forgot. 5 1/4. Should have wrote that one down. 5 1/2 would work too. It'll just overhang on your base. So that you want to cut that down to 5 1/4. That's all the cutting. That's all the measurements for 16 cards. Okay, so let's see how I did this. Again, I'll do as many cards as I can. Might not embellish them too much, but you'll see these are the ones I'll probably send out once I'm done with them. So let's put those over here. Okay, so since I already folded this, let's start with this one. So I have the card bases, I have the pieces here. I'm gonna go with, let's see, let's do a color one. And let's do an angle. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Coastal Cabana. And I'm going to bring in my snail. This one, now remember I'm using the framelits, which are probably over on the other table, that match the lovely lily pad. This one that doesn't match that one. So let's use this. Let's go with this one. Okay. I'm going to take a punch. I'm only going to do one of these for time's sake. Let's see. Do I want that color now? I'm going to use pink. I'm going to take a long piece of... Now, this is our punch. And I would punch it this way. But you want to line this up. So I'm going to stand up. And I'm going to punch this. You're going to hear it. Sorry. Once that's cut, you line it up to this image right here and just go all the way down. I like to do a whole long piece for the edging on this. This is in the annual catalog. And I'm doing it kind of fast. So, oh yeah, so far I'm doing it good. All right, let's put that up here. Missed a spot there, but I'm not going to be too worried about that. I'll go back. That's the beauty of this. You can line it up and you can go back. I don't need the whole thing anyway, so let's see if I can get that lined up to cut it. There we go. All right, so I have my long strip here. Oh, you're welcome. Any tips I can find, I'll give them to you. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece of Designer Series paper, and I want that. I pull it. There's the points, but I actually go over the points. I'm going to cut it later. I'm going to put a little snail. You can use Tombow. I'm going with snail just because it's quick and easier for me right now. I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to snip off a little bit here. I can bring this in. I can actually bring this in. I got to also watch my time. Okay. And then this is going to get angled right here. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put some more snail over that. See how many of these cards I can get through. But I did do all the embellishments and everything ahead of time. So you see how I have that cut hanging over, and then I'm just going to cut it with the scissors. I'm going to bring in the pink melon mambo. That's going to go right there. You can use an edge die, sure. Okay, so that's that one. And then let's see, I'm going to bring in, you can see I've already cut these. Maybe this and that. Let me just grab my glue. And of course I forgot my silicone mat, which I cleaned up last time I was here. So we're gonna just put a little glue right here. I'm just putting some glue in the corner here to use it. All right, so what I'm going to do with this now, this is the lily pad. I want to show you that. This is double-sided, so what reversible. So here's the dark Blackberry Bliss, and then when you flip it over, you can use the flat side to add some color to it. I've already done that just because of time. Okay, I'm putting a little glue. Usually I use my silicone mat and do this, but since it's upstairs getting cleaned, okay. I'm we're going to do that. We're going to pop this up on dimensionals. Put this right here. This one I'm going to add right here, I think. Like this. Okay. Then from the perfectly framed ornate frames, I'm going to bring in one of these cute little frames. Let's see which one I want to use, because like I said, I had already made these up. I'll do this one. And I'm going to use the Together We Can Get Through Anything. I'm going to bring in my Melon Mambo. Now remember, you can embellish this more. Put the leaves to the lily pad on there, but I needed to be able to show you quite a few things, so I didn't get too crazy with that. I'm going to bring in, this is from the Ornate frames. This fits right in there if I get it straight without using my Stamparatus. Yep. Pretty darn good. Bring that back in. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Elizabeth. And then I'm just going to add my saying wherever I want. I think I'll put it right here. Okay. Then I'm going to grab the inside and take that Melon Mambo again. How could I lose something that quick? Oh, because it's over here. Just going to put it there. I'm not going to put a saying in it because it's Together We Can Get Through anything. And that's just kind of like a thinking of you kind of card. And I'm going to put that in there. And then I'll finish it off with some of our Peacock Rhinestones and grab some of the colors that are in there. Let's see, I think I'll go with the pink. I think that'll show up. And there's the first of 16 cards. Quick, easy card. This is Coastal Cabana, and this is Melon Mambo. So real quick, now what I'm going to do is show you all of these pieces and hopefully get through them. I'm not going to decorate them because you saw the decorated one. I'll do that later when I'm working. I'm going to bring in some of the more card bases. Okay, so here's a Melon Mambo. You saw the corner one. So let's see, what would we do with this small piece? I want to show you each of the pieces. So you would be able to make 8 of these, which I just showed you. You'd be able to make 4 of these, which I'm going to show you, and then you got 4 of the others. So let's take this one. Excuse me. Okay, so for this one, I think I'll change it up, and I'll use it this way. That's going to go here. So this piece would go in the middle of your card. And here I have, let's see if I can get these little doodads out of here. This is also to the lily pads, this die, this edge die, which actually should fit across my card, across here. See, it does. So we'll use that. So again, I sent out the cards for last week. If you'd like to receive a card from me, I'm not saying don't private message me. You can. I will look. But if you could use my email instead, it would be easier. And I'll put that in the comments. Okay, so we can go ahead and use that edgelet or framelit right here or right here. I think I'm going to use it on the outside because I like it like that. See if this is still sticky. Nope. So normally I take my silicone mat and put a blob of Tombow on it, but the silicone mat's upstairs, so I'm just using my blotter paper. I'm going to use it over here so everything else doesn't stick. The glue would actually stick to the silicone mat. Instead, it's sticking to my paper, which is okay for this type of card right now. I'm going to go ahead and line that up, just like that. Now this one I can go ahead and trim. Let me know how you like the cut as far as doing the 16 cards and doing my version of One Sheet Wonder. I'm going to put that right there. So let's go ahead and snail that down. And you can use any designer series paper. You saw I used the Ornate Garden, and now I'm using this one. Okay, so that's that. Then, whoop. I'm going to go ahead and snail that down on my card base. And bring in, let's see. I think what I'm going to do, let me see. I also used the Band Together framelits, or dies rather. So any of these dies would work. I use these two right here. I cut some of those out. And let's see. Could do that. Or I have the oval right here. Maybe I just use the oval on this one. I'll save that one. Okay, so I'm just going to use the oval here. Let's see what else I have in my stash that I cut. How about these two little guys? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue on this one. Right there in the corner. Going to do that again. And don't forget, if you're watching, we have another Facebook page called Global Togetherness Through Stamping. Anyone's invited to join. It's just to show your projects, show what you're working on, keep connected in this terrible time. Okay, so that, let's see, I'm going to use Lots of Love. Again, this is from the Perfectly Framed. I'm going to bring in, I think, I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss. This is the circle, or the oval rather, from the Banded Together dies. I'm going to take some dimensionals for this one. Yes, it gives you a great variety. I'm going to put that right there. And again, I'm going to bring in my rhinestones because they just coordinate so nice. And this one I'll use the peacock. Maybe use the large one right there. Need something there, I think. Let's see, what ribbon do I have? I could add some ribbon. I'm not sure I like that ribbon. A little pink, maybe? Let's try a little pink ribbon. No, I don't like that either. So let's see. Oh, how about this? This one works with everything. Just gonna cut that real quick. Good morning. Morning, Valerie. So I'm just tying a bow. I want it small. I don't want it overwhelming the card. There we go. And then let me grab a glue dot if I have one here. Should over here somewhere. There we go. These are leftovers from my paper pumpkin, so I like to try to use those up too. Just put that right there. Take my bow. Whoop, did that one upside down. Let me play around with it. I guess you can't even tell that it's upside down, can you? Okay. Well, you get the general idea. And the idea of this video is to show you all the cards you can make. So you can add that, and maybe add a couple of little more rhinestones there, because you could also emboss this paper with one of your embossing folders. My job today is just to show you all the different cards you can get. Let's just throw one over here. All right, well, let's just leave it like that. Okay. These are the Peacock Rhinestones. Oh, thanks, Donnie. You already answered. I love you guys. Okay, so there's my second one. So we did one with this corner piece, and I still have 7 more to go. We did one with the small one, and I still have 3 more to go. And now I have the long one. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to bring in, let's see, I think I'll bring in, well, I want to do a hot dog style card, tent card. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So let's see if I use the white. Oh, I forgot to put my white inside here. So let's go ahead and put lots of love. You make me smile. Forgot the inside. Lots of love. You make me smile. I'll bring in this little stamp. It's another little lily one. Oh, thank you. Kathy likes number 2. Okay, so that's going to go in there. So now it's finished. Okay. Now the next one I'm going to do this way. And we have this cardstock. This is why you cut it at 5 1/4. So let's see. How about if I do it in white? Yeah. Okay. I got an idea now for this one. I haven't done these yet, like I said. All right. So that one's going to go there. And you can bring it in a little bit and have the white showing, or you can have it off and have no white showing. I'm going to have just a little bit of white showing. Let me see. Still on. Good. Still have time. Perfect. Okay. This is actually going to layer right on there, so it's nice and bright. I'm going to bring in that perfectly framed larger one. See how that has a little opening there. I'll show you what I'm going to do with that in a second. Let's get those little pieces out of there. If I can. Did I have them? Okay. All right, well, there's a couple little pieces I didn't quite get. Let's see if I can get them out of there quickly. Oh, there they go. This one's being stubborn. Just pull him out. Okay. All right. So that's actually going to go right here. I'm going to bring in from when I did it. I did a white one too. So when I did the white one, that left this piece. So save those inserts. So when you run that through the Big Shot, let me just see if I got it over here. Yeah. When you run it through the Big Shot, this band, you get this, and this piece pops out. So I did a couple of white ones, so I kept that. So let's see. Real quick, I'm going to grab, let's see where it'll fit. I guess I'm going to grab the Lots of Love again, because that looks like it'll fit in there. Okay. All right, so let's do this. Let's get some glue on here. Again, if you're going to do it this way, the way I'm doing it, make sure you use your silicone mat. I'm improvising because I have to right now. Okay. Go ahead and stick that down right there. Then I'm going to take dimensionals. Put those right here. My in-camera view. Great. Time is good. I'm going to place that right back in the middle. Bumped up. Snip that off. Snip that off. I'm going to go ahead. Change my snail adhesive. I knew I was going to run out. I must have about 16 of these snail holders. And I put 2 of them on the table and I run out every time. Okay. Good morning, Anne. I'm going to lay that right there. I'm going to bring in a couple more of my little pieces. Let's see. I think I don't want to use I want a big one like this. So it shows up. Let's see. I got a couple of small ones here. I have them in my little dish here. And of course now they're all discombobulated. Looking for a small one. I know I have another small one. But I wanted pink. Okay, I don't see a small pink. That's weird. That's okay. Let's just do this. Let's do it this way. So I'm just playing to figure out where I want to put these. Now, you know what? I think I'm going to put this one like right there. But I am going to use dimensionals for that. Brighten that up a little bit. So I'm putting my dimensionals on here. Put that right there. Still looking for a small one. See if I have any small ones. Yep, I got one small one. That's what I wanted. Put that up there. Alright, so let me see if I got any glue left on there. Nope, I'm just going to go ahead and smush it around up here in the corner. Put that right there. And then again, grab the pretty Peacock Rhinestones. And this time I think I will use, let's see, you know what, I'm going to bring out that yellow. Hair there. I don't think it needs anything more than that. Yeah, you like it with the ornate frame? I know. Okay, so let's grab another piece of white. Lots of love. And then I'm going to grab that together. We can get through anything. This is Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to bring in my large lily pad. Just stamp a corner of that. And go ahead and put this inside here. So that's the idea behind it. You get 16 cards. And here's the 3 different pieces that you get. The long one, the shorter one, and the corner one. Right? And I have all of these left over to do yet. So I've got 3 more of the long one. Oh, yep, 3 more of the shorter one. And then, of course, I still have 7 of these. And the cool thing about this is you can put it in this corner. You can put it in this corner. You can put it in this corner or this corner. Doesn't matter. So hopefully you saw all of the ones I did earlier with the ornate garden. All 16 of them. I will have the still shots. I'll put those up. I'm going to finish these off while I'm working today. And I'm going to be mailing some of these out. So remember, I'll put my email address at the in the description, along with how I cut this. Now, one thing I want you to remember is you don't need to use a 12 by 12. And I'm going to grab something real quick, if I can find it. You hear me juggling around here, because I like visuals. Okay, got it. Let's say you're using, let's say you don't want to do all 16. Just take your already 6 by 6 paper, which is already cut. I mean, it's already at 6 by 6. 12 by 12 you're cutting down. You can do the same thing. So this is the Dress to Impress. You're going to cut that down at 4. You're going to cut that down at 4. You're going to angle it. You're going to take the long one and cut it at 5 1/4. And from one piece of 6 by 6 paper, you can get 4 cards. So I really hope you enjoyed my version of One Sheet Wonder. Again, I hate to measure a lot of things. That's pretty sad to say that when you're a stamper or a paper crafter. But I will be finishing these up. I will be sending them out. So definitely, if you'd like a card, send me your address. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I will be back here on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay well, my friends, and keep on stamping. Bye.